Alright, so I've got a big fucking blister here. Ow, it hurts. Shut up, pussy. Let's deal with this. First thing that I'm going to want to do is crack open a fresh bottle of water. In the absence of having a bottle of water, what I might use is one of these BZK towelettes. Now, in the past, they've recommended using like hydrogen peroxide or rubbing alcohol, something like that, but nowadays they're kind of going away from that and saying that these BZK Bravo Zulu Kansas towelette things are the way to go for open wounds. Now, as we said, this is an open blister. It's popped, and it fucking sucks, and it hurts, and it's rubbing against my shoes and shit. I'm going to want to get this taken care of as quickly as possible. What I'm going to do is wash this. I'm going to pour the water over my blister, and what I can even do is pour it at a high enough rate that it'll start to kind of flush and clean that wound. Now, once I've gone ahead and done that, maybe I do also have these BZK towelette, I might just wipe it and kind of clean it. I don't want to scrub it hard and make it worse, but what I do want to do is just sterilize it and dab it. Don't be a pussy, suck it up. Now the next thing I'm going to go ahead and do is grab one of my little things of antiseptic, antibiotic ointment things here, and I'm just going to cut it with my sterile scissors. If I don't have sterile scissors, obviously I've got gloves on, especially if I'm treating somebody else's blister, then I'm definitely going to wear gloves. If I'm treating my own blister and I'm able to wash up, again, the happy birthday song twice, soap and water, hot water, then great. Maybe I don't wear gloves. In this case, I've got extra pairs because I'm got money like that. So I will just go ahead and dab some of this antibiotic ointment over the wound. Now, you don't want to dab too much here. Really, you just want to dab enough to get it on there. And they say that you don't want to go ahead and keep applying it after you've applied it. So once you've applied it, what you can do is go ahead and grab a clean, hopefully sterile Q-tip, cotton ball. Maybe you don't have one of those in your med kit. Maybe even just something else that's as clean and sterile as you possibly can. And just kind of dress it. Get it on there, and you don't really want any more on your skin, only on the wound. The reason why will become apparent in a moment. So I'm just going to dress that there and toss away that bad boy. Now what I'm going to do is, they call it moleskin. This stuff is extraordinarily handy. I found that it's in most first aid kits, certainly most travel first aid kits. Sometimes it's like this. Sometimes it's bigger squares you've got to cut yourself. This happens to be extraordinarily handy. Now what we're going to do with this son of a bitch here is just fold it in half. Once we've done that, we're going to grab our clean scissors and kind of measure out the wound here. Now this is kind of, it's about this big. So what I'm going to do is try to measure it and cut just a half circle into my moleskin. It's going to end up, and I've already done this, looking something like this with a hole in the middle. Once I've got that all set up, what I'm going to do, just peel it. It's going to be a little difficult with gloved hands on, but keep working it. It will work. Alright, so now I've got this going here. I don't want to touch this. I want this as sterile as possible because this is going over an open wound. Now I'm going to place it on there, taking great care. Ow, that hurts. Shut up, pussy. You'll be okay. And I'm just going to throw it on there like that, leaving the open wound in the center with the hole. Now what I'm going to do is take my other piece of moleskin and again, peel it on back there, buddy. So once I've got that taken care of, what I'm going to do is place this bad boy over that one. And I am just going to stick it on like that. Now this big fucking blister is covered. What you can also do after that, should you need some extra padding on that to protect your sensitive little feet, is take some sterile gauze and place that over the wound like so. Alright, so now I'm going to cover and protect this with some medical tape. Now, when you're working with this medical tape, I've found that it has a tendency to bunch in on itself and kind of like stick to itself, and it can get really to be a son of a bitch to deal with. So what I do is I make a tab at the end when I'm done using it, and that prevents it from rolling in and sticking on itself. Just a helpful tool of the trade if you haven't seen that before. Now I'm gonna go ahead and secure this like that. Got my scissors here all ready to go, and I'm just gonna tape the corners down. Once I've got those corners taped down, I can also come around here and kind of tape it like that. I can put as much tape on there as my heart desires or as I have available so that this thing won't rub around too much. It tends to look a lot more pretty if you put it on somebody else. When you do it yourself, it's a little clumsy, but you get the idea. Now, I'm ready to go romp around the jungles with the Delta Force guys, or, just basic sightseeing in my European holiday, whatever the case may be. So that's how to treat a blister when it's open and it's popped. There are other ways out there. This is kind of the way I'm comfortable with doing it, and the way that I found has a fair amount of success. So let's stand by and we'll take a look next at bleeding control.